Let me start again. Ladies and gentlemen, it's now 7:05. It is Wednesday night, and it is time for F1XL Extra. None of the last 5 minutes did happen, but in fact, we are here once again for another wonderful episode of F1XL Extra. Yes, no Barnes, no. Because he's apparently off doing other things that are apparently more important. Something to do with harpoon gun and dinghy. But I'm not one to judge in terms of what is being or not being done at the moment. But he did mention a blue passport quite a lot, which is suspicious in my opinion. But you know what? Again, we do not judge. We simply accept what is going on. Good news is you've got me, you've got Norris, who's finally fixed the stream, and we're off to an absolute banger of a start. Speaking of banger of a start, I've looked at the football, and Newcastle are 5-2 down now. So hi, BST.
Hi Ben. Also, before we do just quickly get started, we do have 2 follows from 14 hours ago. Average Joe Gaming 3 followed 14 hours ago. So I think someone's a fan of dodgeball. And a new one that did join the Discord called Walks12 has followed. And Sandra the dad, Sandra has just followed. I swear he was already following us, unless he's made a new account just to make sure it says Sandra, because he wants his name out there.
I reckon what's happened, right, is he has unfollowed and then refollowed.
Yeah,
that's what
yeah, most possibly. Also, a shout out to Tyler James as well for resubscribing Prime-wise for 4 months.
Oh, what a guy!
Yes, what an absolute guy.
Well, now that we've got things kicking and cooking properly, after the last time that did not happen at all, it has not happened under any circumstance.
Yeah,
right?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I think we should probably start the show by let's quickly talk about Sunday and Saturday. So, F1. Thoughts? China sprint, China main race, enjoy it?
Didn't watch it. Sprint I ended up watching just before going out for rugby. Sprint race was interesting. Some cracking battles at the start, and then it just kind of died off a little bit. But massive result for George and Kimi to say that he had a shocking start once again. He seems to have shit starts and just pull it out of his ass. But what do you expect with a rocket ship like that? That is Mercedes. Then went off to rugby, came back, watched the main qualifying. Thought, yeah, that's very interesting. Kimi, well done on his qualifying and getting pole, youngest ever pole sitter. He's definitely stepping up. He's going to be one to watch for sure, and he's proven it. Why he skipped F3, went straight into F2, and then made the big step up to F1. And
definitely,
I think he's suiting the car this season, and he's very much enjoying it. Race Sunday, saw that McLaren won't start him, turned it off. Well, I say that. I saw that they did not start. They didn't explain why it was happening, so I had to go to the show before to find out what the hell was happening.
Yeah, because obviously if you watch the record, you did the same as me, recorded and then watch it the next morning. Yep.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing, because it had all the other shows on there. You've got the qualifying, and then you've got the talks of team principals and all the other bollocks. And then you've got the next show before the main race. So I watched the main show before the start of the race and worked it out there.
Yeah, I'll be honest, when I seen that, I did have a small giggle about that, to be honest, because that's an absolute shocker, the fact that neither McLaren started.
It's a fucking howler and a half. And then Albon didn't start neither, and Gabby. But I saw them out on track because I watched the warm-up laps before getting onto it. Oscar's out, Albon's out, and Gabby's on the track, and then they're back in the pit lane.
Yeah, I'm frustrated about Gabby because I made it blatantly clear that I'm a pretty big Gabby fan in that aspect. I've watched him from very early days, sort of even F3 stage. I was watching him through there. So, but yeah, I think it's one of these things. We get new regs. This happens. You know what I mean? Under no illusions is this kind of thing not going to happen in F1. It's going to happen when they change things completely. Things are going to break and things are going to go wrong. What I do find interesting, though, is that the issues that McLaren had were all apparently related to the PU,
Yeah.
which
Well,
it,
the way that I heard it and everything is one of them had electrical issues and the other one was the engine.
so apparently one of them had full electrical issues, and the other one had electrical issues relating to the PU.
Ah.
Um, yeah, that's what I sort of remember them saying afterwards. Which
Yeah, and then
um,
Albon's was a hydraulic issue or something, wasn't it?
yeah, so his was completely different to the McLaren lads. But either way, I
Still an
think it's.
absolute
Do you know what? It's
shit race.
hilarious that we're in a world where a German engine is unreliable and an Italian engine is extremely reliable. Like, what is this world that we live in?
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
this is like
Just bring the U-boats back.
honestly, it's crazy the fact that like yeah, Italian engineering is working well for a change.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Well, to be fair, if you watch the show from last week and everything, the Barnes asked the exact same thing. How did we reckon to the start of the season and stuff like that? And my comment was, don't like the flappy wing bullshit.
Do you know what though? It's
It's
not
gonna
much
have to
different.
grow on me.
The thing is though, it's not much difference to what we had before because we had DRS before. All you're adding,
It's
Barnes
just the front.
supports that idea,
Yeah, I
Norris.
just saw that. That's why I just started laughing.
Yeah, it's just the front wing is now also doing the same thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's also opening up, so it's not really much of a change from last season. I think I
it's
could
just
go on
that
for
extra.
hours
It's
about
just that extra brake horsepower going through, isn't it? Because as I
yeah.
said, for the first race, Oscar had no power whatsoever, and then he gets the full 1,000 horsepower brake. The 1,000 horsepower come through his car, and that's why he just put it straight into the wall.
And that's another thing that I think they're going to have to try and sort that part out because I think they went from I could go technical and go talk about this for hours, but like they've basically gone from a ratio of 80-20 combustion engine to electrical to 50-50,
Yeah,
and we're feeling the impact of such a big jump. And I feel like that they probably went the right way in terms of what they're trying to do, but they went too extreme too quickly. And I think they needed to go a medium, like a 70-30 or even a 65-35 to sort of balance things out and then go from there, I think. But they went too
yeah.
far one direction, I think.
Oh yeah, most definitely. He's this season's just basically he's gonna grow on me because you've got to get you as you say you've got to get used to new regs, new cars, and you're gonna see the small mistakes. You're gonna see how quickly teams are gonna develop the new stuff for the cars, which is gonna be interesting to see how quickly and who can upgrade the quickest. Because Mercedes are just on a charge already.
Yeah, I agree with that. Mercedes are looking comfortable at the moment. I think obviously they've got clearly the quickest overall package for the tracks we've done so far. I believe that from what I've seen of the data anyway, it does suggest that Ferrari should be better in the sort of the low downforce, high downforce corners, which will be interesting when we get to maybe tracks like Monaco, for example.
Yeah.
I'm
It's as you say, because that's normally Red Bull's area of expertise, isn't it? The low downforce and just sticking it to the track. And I think we've lost Haz. No, my Discord seems to have broken. Brilliant.
taking over the mantelpiece from Red Bull in terms of having that advantage, which is interesting. But Red Bull is a shambles anyway. But
Yeah,
let's
that's just gone to shocking.
yeah, I totally agree with you on that one, Sandra. I think that I really don't know what we're going to see when it comes to Monaco, but it um but yeah, I'm just looking through the chat now. Sky pretty much agreeing that battery is too much. I think it's I read somewhere there was a really
Taz, if you can hear me, I'm having sound issues. My Discord keeps breaking. Come on. I don't
Or the
think.
same.
Yeah. Uh, yeah. I'm having sounds. Yeah, there's massive sound. I'm getting issues with my Discord at the moment. I don't. You're not probably gonna hear me anymore. Um. Fuck's sake. Technical issues, people. I'll be there in a minute. I'm trying to sort stuff out. I don't know what's going on. I do apologise about that, Taz. I'm having technical issues.
You are a technical issue. Oh, I can see your Discord. There we go. Hello.
Yay! Yeah,
Hello.
I'm
Right.
having I'm having major technical difficulties. My Discord keeps crashing.
Okay. Okay. Let's kick on while we can then. Yeah. Before
Yes,
things break again.
please.
Right. So our first guest is going to be for Div 4. Let's go Div 4. Let's get out of the way
Yeah,
first.
let's get Division 4 out of the way.
So the person who is Div 4 is, I'm very sorry to say this because I know that you and him have a beautiful relationship. It is
Yeah.
McLaren's very own Tyler James.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's the man who subscribed. He's not actually in the chat yet.
yeah, he'll be here soon enough.
Yeah, he will be. To be fair, he's had a very interesting start to the season. Let's just say that. He just keeps complaining that he's a a tier one driver, but that should be a tier two. But I keep telling him to shut up and you're a tier one driver. Suck it up.
Well,
Hello.
Hello, Tyler.
well, chat as well. I'll just look it up straight away.
Right, well, seeing as you two are Div 4 drivers, I'm going to let you two chat for a little minute.
Oh
Come on,
God.
come on then, Tyler. Let's talk Sunday, shall we?
Yeah, go on then.
Oops, that should not have been on that screen. Um, my bad. So
It's just
qualifying,
normal.
yeah, I know I'm having technical issues tonight, and I'm really not liking it. Qualifying for yourself. Well, let's just say let's load into the lobby first, and let's see what your response was, seeing as you wanted rain.
I don't know why you're so annoyed about it. I thought the rain was a nice twist on our race.
You can't-
Clearly, Wadey in the chat and isn't very happy about that either.
Absolute bollocks. That's what it was.
But we're
We
at
s-
Silverstone this week, so more rain, I
no,
reckon.
I've already told you. I've already put the message in the Division 4 chat. I am banning wet weather races. You can bollocks.
Oh, my chat's delayed. There's no one put something in it.
No, I see Dean putting in. Wadey needs to shut up about
Oh,
the
there,
rain
yeah,
too, and then Dean has put and twist that he wants the rain.
yeah. Yeah.
So you're getting absolute abuse for the rain for Div 4. But let's talk qualifying. How did you feel it was going to be with the rain that was coming in the race? Because
Well,
you
uh,
qualified quite well.
yeah, I did. All week I was debating between 3 and 4, and as soon as I saw the rain, because I knew I was better in quali on 3, but as soon as I saw the rain, it was just slam dunk. Because like, okay, yeah, no, it's definitely 3. But even then, and I've done this a few times now, where like when I've been doing practice during the week, my best time was, I think here it was like a 0.7, I think. And then like we do qualifying, and I got a 0.35 and ended up fourth in the grid somehow. And it's not the first time I did that. I did that at like Brazil last year. I did that where I just put in a lap that was like 5 tenths faster than my best time and ended up third.
So basically, what I'm getting out of this, you don't try in your practice sessions at all, but when it comes to the main race and qualifying, you actually put your balls to the wall and send it.
I just somehow turned semi-fast. I don't get what happens. It only happens every now and again. But by the looks of it as well, because I've done a couple of runs at Silverstone. By the looks of it, it must have happened at Silverstone last year as well, because I ended up third on the grid. How did I do that?
I
But yeah,
don't
it
know.
happened again here.
I don't know.
And I ended
Yeah.
up fourth. And for once, I out qualified my teammate. So
Yes, you
that's
did.
an achievement in itself.
Yes, you did. I'll give it a quick rundown of qualifying because mine wasn't really the greatest. I ended up P9 when, well, yeah, I finished P9 in qualifying, not the greatest. But quick rundown of qualifying. Olds taking the top podium. Fucking hell, we're only on qualifying. The top step and pole position with a 104.898. That was one hell of a time as well by Olds.
Yeah.
Absolutely rocking shit for that Ferrari. Wadey, championship leader at this moment in time, taking P2. Axelot guy stepping in as a reserve, very last moment as well. He checked in and we got him a seat just because a few people dropped out very last minute as well. So him coming home, qualifying P3 as well. Tyler James, as you say, in P4. You're a tank in P5. Quezzy in P6. So as you say, you did out qualify your teammate there. Alan Y P7. Big G, a new driver who did his TT in the week, and he is in Division 4, so he out qualifying some names as well that have been there for quite some time. So definitely putting himself down on the map for team principals to take a look at if anybody does step away or unfortunate things happen in life. Myself in P9 and Senna rounding out the top 10. Hayden, another new driver that takes the Alpine seat this week. He is a brand new driver as well, the same as Big G. P11, Dean in P12, Kieran in P13, Sparky P14. Mr. Barnes and Linked Adventura had quali bans, so they wasn't able to set times. Rambo, Jambo, and Warder didn't set times at all. I think Rambo had a few issues, and Warder, I believe, he was a very last second trying to get in because me and him keep constant updates with each other because he does other stuff on a Sunday. And when he messaged me, he was on like lap 22 or 36, and I was like, right, this is going to be interesting to see when he's going to get in. He messaged me just as we were about to load up the main race, and he just got back, so he wasn't able to get in to do a qualifying time at all. So he was very fortunate to do that. But rain in the race. Talk away, Tyler. What happened?
Just looking here at this grid. Is this the Div 1 lobby, isn't it? On the
Yeah, this.
screen, I think so.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
gonna say this
Alder's
is Div
time wouldn't have been last. That's ridiculous.
1. You're already confessing
That's
that one.
mad. But a lot of the reserve drivers that like the new drivers that are coming in, there's a few of them that are pretty decent. Like they're all getting good results, which is quite annoying, really.
Yeah, exactly. They're taking points off like championship contenders like myself and
Yeah, they
Links
are.
Adventure and stuff like that. So it's going to be an interesting one for uh, the title ways and everything.
Yeah. But yeah. So the race, I did kind of expect to drop back like a stone in the race, but I actually didn't. At least not at the start. I had your attempt behind me. I think he overtook me on lap 2 because I did have a quick watch back just to remember what happened. Because he was just stupid quick him. Like he overtook me and then he overtook Wadey, and after like 3 laps he was like 4 seconds ahead of Wadey, which is just that's like insane that from 5th on the grid as well. And then I had Senna behind me for ages, for about 12, 13, 14 laps. He was keeping up with me probably because he was just driving where he wanted, as you could see by his track limit penalties.
Yeah, I was going to say
Um,
he got 18. Wow, what the hell has happened there? Oh, that's only the formation lap. Sorry, carry on. I thought that was the
um,
main race of Division 1
oh,
then. I thought it just started and everyone's just stayed there. But no, it's formation lap. Carry on.
uh,
This is
um,
before the restart because I think that's the session restart.
yeah,
Oh,
this looks
okay.
ridiculous.
Oh, yes, there was issues in Division 1. Yes, I do remember. We will get to them later on. But yeah, you had Senna behind you. I was going to say, he was behind me for quite a few laps, and he actually said to me,
Yeah.
he was like, Matty, will you stop spinning? Well, I'm on no traction in the wet weather. Bollocks to him.
Yeah,
That is
that doesn't
all I
sound
will
fun,
say.
that. That doesn't sound fun. But yeah, he was just making up the track as he went along. So eventually he managed to get past me. I've made a few mistakes, to be fair, especially when my tyres were getting quite worn out. I didn't realise how much tyre wear I was getting on the back, on the rears. Then he ended up getting past me, and then that kind of opened the door because then Rambo Jambo, who was absolutely flying since he started at the back, ended up getting past me. And then around about lap 18, I think it was, when it had just started to dry, I'd made the decision that I was going to pit next lap but because Quezzy was behind me and Quezzy was clearly faster than me in the race pace, I decided just in case he was going to pit as well to let him past so that he didn't get double stacked, and that if we did double stack, it'd be me getting double stacked, which is what happened.
Yeah, I remember you do saying actually McLaren double stack. Oh, sounds about right.
Yeah, but yeah, 'cause I didn't mind it too much as long as it wasn't him who was taking the like loss from it, because obviously he was a lot quicker in the race than I was, so I was quite happy with that, and he ended up getting P5 in the end, which is a very good result for him.
Yeah, he certainly did. That was the thing, and that web weather certainly helped a few people, as you say. Rambo,
Yeah,
absolutely starting from the back and P3. He's showing that he's got the pace still, and it's kind of worrying because he's just moving up that field, and it's kind of
yeah,
worrying that he's
exactly.
able to challenge people, and it's going to be an interesting one.
If he can keep getting consistent, what is going on at Mark Green? Why is the two cars starting and everyone else is DNF?
I think that's because they were
Have they already
already.
reset by now?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
they
think
must
they
have
were
done. Yeah.
restarting. Yeah. So yeah, that
Um,
the joys of Div 1.
yeah, yeah, Rambo. If he can sort out his his gaming time so that he doesn't have to start from the back, he could definitely start racking up some wins and podiums and start worrying the lads at the top,
Oh
especially.
yeah, yeah. Well, this is the thing in that last season. Towards the end of last season, he was putting the pressure on myself, Caesar, Hubbard, because he was just constantly in there and fighting and just keeping consistent results and stuff like that. And he's showing it again this season after moving down from Division 3 as well.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, and then after I pit, I ended up losing. I only actually lost one place, I think, because once I'd let Quezzy pass me. I think I was in seventh, and then in the pits because of the double stack, I lost one place. And then when I came out of the pits, there was an 8 second gap in front of me and an 8 second gap behind me, and I didn't see anyone else for the rest of the race.
No, because I
So
remember
that
you
was
saying
interesting.
towards the end of the race as well, I didn't put enough fuel in the car, so he was fuel
Yeah,
saving.
that did happen. Yeah, that did happen. At least it made it interesting because I was quite bored at that point, so I was just
I know.
driving around
I
for
I
6 laps
was
on my own.
I was trying to close in on that gap as well because I had saw the Senna had 18 seconds penalties. You had none. I'm thinking,
Yeah.
this is going to be interesting. I had 6 seconds of it, so it was a case of
It's really
trying.
frustrating as well because I'm
Oh
like,
yeah,
I think I was one of only three drivers who didn't get any penalties, but because I was still like 8 seconds behind the car in front, I didn't really gain from it other than Senna. Like if we'd have had a safety car at the end, I'd have made up about 6 places probably. I'd probably finish like top five with
yeah. I
all the
think you would have
penalties.
because there was a few people with penalties in front and everything like as you
Yeah,
say.
there was a lot.
So and there was penalties throughout the whole field as you say. But let me give a quick rundown of the final positions and stuff like that. So Uld stayed pole and won the race, so he took the Grand Slam on that one. But he didn't get the fastest lap. Wadey coming home in P2 to open up his championship lead a little bit more. I will get into that one shortly. Rambo Jambo rounding out the podium. Eurotank coming home in P4. Quezzy Plays in P5. Axelot Guy dropping down to P6 because he did do a late pit stop. I think he was two stopping. No, he didn't. He was going to one stop, but I don't think his tyres were going to make it to the end. Hayden, the new driver, showing a massive impression there and finishing P7. Tyler James in P8, myself in P9, Senna in P10, Alan Y coming home in P11, Links and Ventura not having the greatest of drives this week in P12, Dean in P13, Barnes in P14, Warder in P15, Kieran P16, Sparky to round out the final of the finishers in P17, and Big G with a DNF because he disconnected due to another power cut, which is very unfortunate. But he has messaged me and he's going to try and get it on the. He's going to try and add me on the Xbox, and we'll go from the Xbox for next week. Championship standings though. So we have Wadey leading the way on 135 points, holding a 34-point gap over Links Ventura, who is on 101. Uld has now made his way up into P3 after that win with 91 points. Myself in P4, Mr. Barnes P5, so he rounds out the final ASR spot. Sparrow, who was not there, P7. Rambo Jambo, as I say, moving up that field and into P8 at this moment in time. Tank P9, and he rounding out the top 10. Quezzy in 11th, Tyler in 12th, so McLaren boys very close together in the championship standings. Scotsman didn't race. Dean in P14, Kieran P15, Alan Weiss 16th, Senna 17th, Warder 18th, Axelot 19th, and that is it for now. But we do have another driver in the division as well now, so we've got another driver to try and sort out for next week.
Yeah, we've got. We
but
must have loads now on the over race.
yeah,
Must be at least 25.
we've got quite a few drivers, so it's going to be interesting for Sunday, every Sunday now. But hey,
Yeah.
it's fun. It's first come, first serve. Either you like it or lump it. That's all I have to say. But this week we go to Silverstone, and it's a sprint race. How are you feeling for it, Tyler?
I don't know. I have no idea, to be honest. Silverstone, I used before I raced it here last year. I used to think I was really bad at it, and then I put in a stupidly quick lap for my standards last year and ended up getting a podium somehow. Which, sorry, Dean, stole it off him on my last lap because Senna's ghost gave me DRS down the straight a lap down, which was quite funny. But
Yeah,
I don't know. I
Dean,
think I could definitely get points as long
I
as
was
I
going
can
to
score
say Dean
points
picked up a
in both
penalty as well
races.
last lap as well because we was talking about it.
Yeah, I think if I can score points in both races, I'll be quite happy.
Yeah, I was going to say
But
it's a
I'm
big
not
treat
sure too
because,
far.
as you say, it's a sprint race, so you've got two bites at the cherry, as they would say.
Yeah, I do usually do quite well in the one shot qualifyings. To be fair, I think the only time I really have struggled with it was when we did Singapore the first time in the main one. I brought trying to miss. But other than that, I usually qualify better in the one shots.
Yeah,
So hopefully that helps me out. That'd be nice. But
yeah,
yeah, I'm not
hopefully.
sure.
I'm hoping for a good showing again this season. Taz, anything for Tyler?
Yeah, I think my main thing I want to say to Tyler is, how about you actually do something this weekend?
I am trying. As the second driver in McLaren, I am trying to help Quezzy in any way I can.
Tier 1 letdown. That's what we should call you.
Fraudulent tier one. Honestly, I don't know what Hake was doing drafting me third. I didn't want to say anything at the time, but I was sat there thinking, what on earth? Some fraudulent stuff going on over here.
To be fair,
Hopefully we've got
McLaren are doing
Quezzy
Your
well,
as well.
though.
teammate has. Yeah, but that's because Quezzy's been absolutely phenomenal. You know, Quezzy's
Yeah,
been
yeah.
fantastic.
Quezzy will win a race this season.
And Tyler's
Hands
been
down.
on the track.
I've scored some points. I've done all right the last couple of weeks.
Uh-huh. Going from scoring podiums in Silverstone to basically being absolutely hopeless, yeah? That's what we're expecting.
I
And
can't
the inevitability behind his downfall, to be honest. So,
And we don't have Vegas this year, and I'm a bit of a Vegas merchant, so
don't you start whinging about that. You're the only person who wins.
honestly, the most heartbreaking moment of since I started was me crashing on lap one in Vegas in the ASR, because I actually think I could have had a really good race in that, but I ended up miles behind because of it. It's a bit of a shame.
Yeah, it's a real shame. Wait, no, I meant to be sympathetic. You're my team. It's a real shame. There we go.
Well, Steve's in the chat there. Tyler, you didn't win Vegas last season in D5.
I didn't say I did.
Well, apparently Steve said.
I did really well though, and then I
Yeah, you did do well.
out-qualified all of the Div 5 drivers in the ASR as well, and one of the Div 4 drivers.
Yeah, I had a shock in here. So.
And I only
Well,
lost to
qualifying
Steve, who
was.
was in Div 2 now as well, by the way. So,
Yeah, I only
which
lost
I will
to Steve in
never
qualifying.
ever shut down until I actually win a race. Which, based off this season's results, we'll give it to like 2030, and then once we get like 8 divisions, then I might be all right.
I mean, Slowdog will be retired by the time that you win a race. So.
Yeah, exactly. Let's just put it that way. Well, next up would be predictions, I'm guessing. Taz, do you want to talk about Silverstone?
Yes, it is a track. It has many corners and it has a Wellington straight.
So,
Jesus Christ.
well, before we do actually do the predictions, I have been sent a message from our resident driver of the week who does the postings normally. For the Division 4, we got 2 drivers on there. Rambo Jambo, obviously for his starting at the back to finish on the podium, and Ult from start to finish, pole position, and didn't really look at losing it.
Fair.
Mate,
Yep, I think
deserved.
it is very deserved, to be fair.
Can
But
reserve drivers get it? I'm not sure how it works, because if
yeah,
not, Axelot. If so, Axelot probably could have been on there.
Yeah, Axelot could have done. I think I think Leo's trying to get it so that there's 2 drivers from each division on there. So
Yeah.
it must have been down to what he's looked at and stuff like that. So he's obviously thought that Rambo deserves it a little bit more. So that
Yeah.
thank you for Leo for definitely on that one. But predictions, Silverstone. What do you reckon, Tyler?
Oh, I think so. If it's dry, I'm gonna go with Link to come back and get the win. However, Mr. Master in the Wet finished even behind me this week, so maybe he's not much of a master in the wet after all. If it's wet, I actually do think if it's wet quality and wet race, I think that Eurotank does actually have a chance if he keeps out of trouble based off his pace last week. But I'm gonna say Lynx is like my actual prediction.
Righty ho, Taz.
Uh, you know what? Let's go crazy. Tyler James is going to win the sprint race.
Yeah, he's not.
Right.
And then he's going to crash out the main race on lap 2.
No, hey, I won't do that. I've never. Hey, don't say that, please, because I've never crashed out of a race. That's my one saving grace is that I've never DNF'd so far. So
It's happening now that you said that.
Yeah, I was gonna say
yeah,
Taz
probably,
Taz has put the commentator's curse on you.
probably, yeah.
Go on then, Taz. Who's winning the main race?
Main race will be won by. You know what? We're going to go slightly boring on this one. I'm going to go Wadey.
Oh.
He's a tryhard, so yeah.
Yeah, he is, to be fair, and he's on pad as well, so it's gonna be interesting as well to see. Myself now for the well, thinking now for the sprint. I think Wadey might take the sprint, and for the main race. Do you know what? I might get called big-headed for this and everything, but I think I'm gonna back up what I did last season, and I won last season, so I'm gonna back myself because
Oh, yeah, you
I
were
can
really good
remember
on the last
I can remember the strategy and everything from last season that I've ran, so I'm happy.
And this is why, kids, you don't do drugs.
You have just predicted me to win the sprint. You can't say much.
Yeah, I'm gonna say you can't say much. That's
I can because I've been told by pingers, fucking because I've seen pingers
Pingers?
name. No, it's because I've been reading the admin chat. Is why by Hake that I've got to back my drivers all the time apparently. So yeah,
Oh.
yeah,
He put
in the
Reese
team
quite
work.
Oh no, because he's got a quali ban, so he won't win the sprint. Actually, he'd probably still finish above me
Exactly. Yeah, honestly, it wouldn't surprise me.
though.
No, Sunday's gonna be interesting. I can't wait for it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it'd
I'm
be good
looking
fun.
forward to it as well.
Certainly will. I'm just hoping it's another dry session again. Now what
Nah,
bollocks?
boring.
Matty's a fake friend.
Great.
Yeah, all because I didn't come and join him on Among Us on Sunday night.
You should have.
That's what we should
You
have
would
talked
have
about
witnessed
for
an
the last
absolute disaster
20
class
minutes.
in this moron that's in our chat right now.
Oh God,
Honestly,
I should
what
have
do you
been
mean? I
there.
didn't have a disaster class. I had a master
Yes,
class.
you had a disaster class one round. Thanks
I had
very
a
much.
master class.
What you mean when I carried you for most of it and then you forgot to kill somebody? Yeah, that one.
Oh God, he hasn't,
I
has
haven't
he?
played the game in about 3 years.
That's no excuse. There's a message
Anyway,
in
let's
by Bonner as well. Also, Hake has said if Tyler doesn't win the sprint, he'll be getting a Discord invite from XRX.
That's
nah.
mean.
Them's the breaks, bite.
Yep.
At least I'm the only one who joins. At least I actually joined the chat to talk to Hicks in practice on a Sunday. No one else does.
Oh,
So,
shots fired. Well, swiftly moving on.
Sorry, am I being salted by that? Is that against me? Because if it is, then
just against everyone, really.
don't care. Don't care.
But no, Tyler, thank you for coming to join us on the show. It's very much
Yeah, no
appreciated and to hear your view of the Division 4 Madhouse.
Mhm.
Taz, you got anything else for him before he goes?
Nah, let him go. We need to move
Okay.
on.
Yeah,
Bye,
so
Tyler.
it's been 40 minutes. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I know, we did have a fuck up.
Oh, good.
Right. So next up, we do have Division 3. Do we have a guest coming in, Taz?
It's meant to be Dan Jelly if he's kicking around.
Oh, is it Mr. D'Angeli this time?
Yeah,
Oh God, Greeners will be getting an ad on then.
of course he will. It's like
But-
Alan Partridge. Dan, 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 Dan. That's what he's like.
Yes,
Yeah.
well, Dan has joined us in the chat. So with what Division 4 was left to me and Tyler, I think I'll leave Division 3 to you and Dan.
Honestly, I have nothing to give for Div 3.
You sure?
Literally nothing.
Oh, just the voice there in the back. Are you sure?
Listen, did you not see my horrendous race?
I don't have a mirror on my screen, I'm afraid. So
Exactly. Exactly, because I was absolutely the square root of nowhere this week.
so where did you
That is all I can. Oh, I think I was about 15th,
Mm.
which for me that's not normal. What I tend to do in a race, but yeah, I had no pace at all this weekend. So, yeah,
Bit of a wet one
It
as well,
was-
wasn't it? So
it was because it went what? It was just was
Dry.
it dry? No, it was wet to dry, wasn't it?
it was dry quality, and then yeah, it started wet, and then I think
Yeah.
got, like midway through, strategy was out the window, sort of thing, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, yeah. If you got your strategy right, you're absolutely laughing. But it was not a fun race to try and do strategies on, to be honest. But
No.
yeah, right. Let's talk about you though. So obviously, I think you had a not too bad a race, to be honest. From what I've seen and heard, but I think you should explain first of all qualifying.
Qualified.
Yeah, it's when you set a lap time in and you put your car in a position.
Mm.
To set
Did
yourself up
I
for the
do
main race.
qualify? No, yeah. I tell you what, actually, no, yeah.
You did do qualifying. I'm just looking at qualifying
I-
results now.
I did. So I did a lap, and I was like, "God, that was a good lap." But I was thinking I could go a lot quicker. I think I was P2 at the time when I was like, I've got like a good half a second here. I think I was only a tenth off pole at the time, but I couldn't make it happen. And then I think I dropped down a little bit to like.
LP4 is a good
Oh,
result,
yeah,
to be
yeah,
honest, in
got back
qualifying.
on there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
only 4
yeah.
attempts off the leader.
Yeah, I mean, there was definitely time in there, but it's just getting it out, especially on that track. I think I went off on my lap, so I tried to do a second one, but the tires were dead on the second try. So, yeah, it's one of those, isn't it? It's not an easy track to stay in the limits, is it? So,
No, it's an horrible one.
it's nasty, isn't it? So, but yeah, it wasn't bad. I just know I don't have good starts, so it doesn't really matter where I qualify in a sense. My starts aren't that good, so yeah, there you go.
And
Ollie.
yeah, let's talk about the start of the race then. So I don't know what happened in front of me because obviously I was so far down I didn't really see much, but I noticed there was a little bit of sort of bumping, but not really anything bad per se. Would that be fair?
Yeah, I'd say it was pretty good. I mean, everyone gave each other space. I went a little bit wide. Everyone gave each other space, basically, in a sense. It was quite good. I mean, it's wet as well, isn't it? So you're expecting something bad to happen. But
Yeah.
no, everyone was pretty good. And obviously, the what's his name? Forensic. He's just very good in the wet, isn't he? So he just, and he's very good at the start. So he blitzed past everyone, I think, to a point.
Wet merchant, isn't he?
He is a little bastard, isn't he? So
I was gonna say
yeah.
he was praying for rain last week, so
yeah, he was good.
Yeah.
He was good at Monza, you see. So I think that's obviously another thing to note for him. But yeah, I mean, it was a pretty good start. I think I think I dropped a place, got one back. Adski had a terrible start. But yeah, it was a bit. I think it was a bit uneventful, really. I think I didn't really see anything behind, to be honest. I can't lie. I was too busy focused in front of me.
I mean, yeah, I think I dropped about 3 places because I got a really good start and then I think not quite chaos ensued in front, but it was sort of like, there was a lot happening. So I was like, I took a sort of conservative approach and dropped a few places from there. But yeah, you didn't miss much further back.
I'm absolutely abysmal at ERS management, and the amount of times this race that I stuck overtake on by mistake.
Uh-huh.
It was just ruining me. And yeah, obviously there was no DRS train as such because obviously there wasn't one this time. But I think it was just a case of everyone was sort of in a stuck mode where they were, stuck behind a driver. But I think I can't remember. I think I sat P4 for most of the wet running. To be honest, I can't lie. Behind Pooty Chipmunk, the Red Bulls sort of got in front and disappeared. Got a bit of a gap, and then yeah, it was just sort of plodding along basically in wet.
Yeah. I think a lot of people were like that. They were kind of stuck, but not really.
Yeah.
Yeah. It wasn't a train as such, but it was just sort of we're all just stuck together, weren't we?
Yeah, everyone's just as quick as each other in this league, in this division, isn't it? So, you're just asking for mistakes to get by someone, which in the wet was the case. But yeah, I was just constantly pressing the button to get the guy to say, what tires do you want me to be on? And I was kept going off and go. I was I think I was too focused on when am I getting on dries. When am I? That's what I was sort of focused too much on that instead of lap times and ERS. And I think that just sort of I just couldn't get past Chipmunk because he was pretty good. And yeah, I think it was just.
Oh.
That was...
Yep. Sorry, I lost you for a second.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, we're all good. We're back. We're all good. But yeah, and obviously, in the end, I think you end up finishing sort of P7s, win the points, which is quite good. I'll do a rundown of both qualifying and racing in a minute. But this division, it's tough, isn't it?
Oh, 100%. Yeah, I mean, it's one of those seasons where I don't know. Obviously, I don't practice a lot, but if I practice a little bit more, I don't think it really matters because I could be, obviously I'm basically a P7 merchant this season. I feel like I'm just sort of stuck there. But everyone's got a good night on them. And some of them have got a horrendous night where something didn't go very well. And unless you get a lucky safety car or something, you're good luck, isn't it? Really, in this division, I'd say.
Yeah, no, totally. I think sometimes you get, as you say, all you need is that tiny bit of luck, and suddenly, you're looking at, instead of finishing on, P12, P13, you could be finishing P4. I think Bonta is probably a good example of that. Not necessarily this week, but I think back to China, Bonta was sort of thereabouts in China. Then we got a safety car at the right time, and then the next thing you know, he's fighting for the podium, and arguably he wasn't far off the lead. So it's and then we've seen it so many times this season, which is weird because Div 3 we don't normally get safety cars, do we? It's a whole new world
compared to last season. It was safety car galore.
It's crazy how we've had this, but you know what? It's fun and games. We're happy to see a safety car for a change because, like I say, it has been. It was depressing last season.
Yeah, I didn't see many. I mean, I was only out there for half the season, to be fair, but yeah.
I think we had one safety car for about 10 races last season.
That's the only problem. Sometimes when I used to race a lot, it used to be a case if safety cars came out, it ruined my race every time. So sometimes it just depends, doesn't it? You know what I mean? But I think it is nice to get a bit reset, get everyone a bit closer. But yeah, it gets a bit naughty then, doesn't it? I think the start of this race was pretty clean, but if we get a safety car, I always find it's a bit more argy-bargy and everyone's a bit more desperate because it is so tight. Everyone's just I'll send it this time. But yeah.
Yeah, I think you've absolutely nailed that there because it is to an extent a lack of patience from some drivers. I'm not pointing a finger at anyone in particular because I feel like that everyone can be bad as each other or sometimes with that. But yeah, it does feel like that if a safety car comes out, suddenly everybody's like, haha, I'm going to barge my way past and
points
because I can. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's it. So the thing is, sometimes it's not even for a point. Sometimes it's P14 and you're someone's barging out the way. It's well, why are you doing that?
You've had such a bad race and you're behind. Now I've got a safety car. Let's get some points or something like that. Yeah, it's difficult, isn't it? But
exactly. But yeah, I think just quickly, I'll quickly run over the division. So obviously, qualifying first of all. So we had Adski on pole, Puny Chipmunk in P2, Ancient in P3, 3, Dan P4, Narwhal P5, DNG Titan 6, Slowdog 7, IMI or IMI or whatever you want to call them, P8, Bonta P9, Kent rounding out the top 10. Then you had Swiss King 11, Titan Iron 12, Berserker Mark 13, myself 14, Chetty 15, BT 16, all the way to face 17, Scrub 18, Caesar 19, and Blazed not setting a time because I think he had a qualifying ban.
Yes.
On to the race itself, and we did have a win in the end for the Red Bull of Ancient. DNG Titan in second, splitting the two Red Bulls, so Narwhal and P3. I know, Boo earns. P4 was Chetty, brilliant recovery drive from him, by the way, all the way back from P15 in the end to P4. P5 for Slowdog, P6 for Puny Chipmunk, 7th for Dan, 8th for Bonta, P9 for Adskate, and Titan Iron rounding out the top 10 with Berserker Mark, Blazed, Ollie a Face, Caesar, Swiss King, Kent 3, IMI, Scrub, and BT. And then myself, I was the only DNF for the weekend. But yes, it was an interesting race. There was things that I wasn't the happiest with, but you know what? That happens. Get on with it, you know. We move on. Britain, and it's a sprint weekend. Thoughts?
There's two races, isn't
Yep.
there?
Yeah,
Yes.
the sprint and the main race. Yeah.
That's my only thought.
This is a kind.
More-
Yep, this is
That's
a
my
kind
only
of
thought.
expert opinion that you're here for. No other reason, just for
no
this.
reason. Just Will Books and knowledge. Just two races.
Yep.
I'm not good at sprint races. I can't lie. Because it's getting thrown on a quick hot lap is obviously not great for me. So I usually probably qualify down at the bottom. But Silverstone, I don't know. I mean, I haven't raced a lot in the past few years. I mean, I'm talking about last time I really raced well, and it was probably back when I was playing on that F1 2013. So, but
Back in day.
but yeah, I don't know. It's one of them. Obviously being on the wheel, I feel like I'll be a bit better this year, maybe because it's a bit easier on those high speeds and stuff like that. A bit more consistent. So maybe, but I mean, I'm a P7 merchant this year, so I think I'll be stuck like that. But I think that's where I'll be.
Just quickly, by the way, Sandra, yes, I was the only DNF. We had 20 drivers. We had 21, but I'm not going to go into that because it's very political and I can't be arsed with that. Yeah, that was just an absolute yeah. Won't go into that too much.
Yeah, we won't go on to that one.
Fair play for having 20 at this anyway. Nice
That's exactly my thoughts. So we had 21 drivers ready for Austria, which is round 8 of the season. Like, when's the last time that we've seen that in the league?
I'm gonna say
exactly.
it's mad because Div 3, Div 4 seem to just be maxing everybody out at the moment. It's absolutely bonkers.
Yeah, it's good. It's good for us, obviously. As a league, we're able to really consistently put on good numbers. But at the same time, it's like
We've got to let the
it's also
free
frustrating
agents.
because
Yeah, we've got to let the free agents down.
exactly, and we don't like it letting
No,
anybody down, except
we
from
don't.
Sandra.
Yeah, it's bad for Sandra.
Should have signed up earlier then, shouldn't they?
Well, the game is only just come out on Game Pass, so but a lot of people do it when that happens as well.
Yeah. Mad. But let it continue. That's all.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Because we're going into next season anyway. All we've just got to do is just get the DLC, and then hopefully we keep the numbers as well.
Yeah, you optimist.
Yeah, exactly. You got to try it.
You think the new game's going to be good? Yeah,
No, it's going to be absolute dog shit.
exactly.
So let's get on to predictions then, shall we? Dan, who do you reckon is winning the sprint and the main race? I know you've got to think about it and everything.
Britain the main race. I'd go. What could we say? Short sprint race. I think sprint race. I'll go for Puny Chipmunk. And then the race. Titan. That's
DNG, yeah.
Yeah,
Just made that clear, yeah. That's fine.
Or Titan Iron.
I know I mean DNG Titan, but actually I'll change my mind. I'll the other Titan because poor lad needs needs some support, doesn't he? Yeah, well, we'll see now.
And you say I'm on drugs.
I was corrected. Yeah, yeah. Like I think when I was on last time, like I said last time, you could literally pick anyone.
Yeah.
Just literally just FA Cup draw sort of thing, isn't it? You just pick someone out like that sort of thing. But I never put myself in there because I'm not like that. But I don't think I would. But yeah, at least you could pick anyone. So eeny meeny miny mo. So see what you pick.
I guess I'll have to go next and leave you next for the last one, Taz. Ooh, sprint race. Do you know what I'm gonna say? Adski, for the sprint, and
Yeah.
for the main race, is it? Yeah, I think I'm gonna go Taz. I think he comes back after Austria, and he just shows you all
Interesting.
up.
I'm very hit and miss.
I'm-
The thing is, I'm very hit and miss with Silverstone, but it's one of those tracks I don't like. I don't hate it at all. Like, I'm not one of these people that's like, oh, Silverstone, God's sake, why are we doing this track? Blah blah blah. Like, I don't mind it at all. But yeah, I think qualifying is going to be so important
Yeah,
this weekend.
I'm
I
gonna say
think
qualifying is
The
gonna be the
weather.
most important part as
Yeah.
well. Nowell's already wanting it to rain, so he's already started his rain dance.
that's absolutely fine. I think if it rains, yeah, I honestly, if it rains, you'll probably end up like winning because he's the quickest in the rain in the league. There's no doubt in that. I think there's a few like that because obviously I think your league, Matty, Lynx is
Yeah,
clearly
Lynx is an
lightning.
absolute monster in the rain.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't blame him at all for that. But yeah, who am I backing? Who am I backing? You know what? In the sprint race, I'm going to say, you know what? Let's go, not overly crazy, but let's just go a tiny bit crazy.
Right. Okay. This should be interesting.
Let's go for,
It won't be crazy.
you know what? Let's go for Chetty.
Oh,
Not a bad shout.
I'm
I
guessing
said
that's.
Yeah.
Are you going that for the sprint?
I'm going that for the sprint. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he's the kind of driver who can get himself to the front and just be a problem. And I think, he's had a couple of good races already this season. I think he had the P2 in China, which isn't a surprise because me and him, we have wars at China. We don't have races at China. Honestly, I think I've seen something, right? That like the only race that I didn't win at China in like the last however many seasons we've done it, right? He won. And again, that other race that we did that season, he finished P2. So it's like me and him, we always seem to meet each other in China.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll back him for that one. I'm going to also say that we will see. You know what? Let's go for da.
Scrolls at the bottom.
You know what? Yeah, I'm actually looking further down to see what options I've got down there. And there's not a lot, so
Sky, Taz is randomly good at China. Bullshit. He is good at China.
just think every track. Honestly, if every track was China, I would be dominating the championship right now, but it's not. Yeah. I'm going to say for the main race, I'm going to say, you know what? We're going to go to have a bit of fun this weekend. We're going to say Kent.
Yeah.
No reason in particular, but Kent. Yeah. He's doing all right in the championship this season. So yeah, Kent. There you go. There's your answers.
It's not a bad shout, is it, really?
No, Barnes will like
No.
that answer because it's his driver.
Yeah. So there you go. We'll go for somebody slightly different. I'm not going for the norm because the norm is boring. But yes, right. We will let you go, Mr. Jan Delhi, because we need to move on quickly.
Move on.
But anything else before we let you go?
No.
Nothing from
Good.
So, no,
Perfect. Right. As always, thank you very much.
Course. Beautiful.
Thank you for
And
joining us.
yes, we'll
See
definitely
you on
catch
the
you again
other
at some
side.
point. Yes,
I'll see you in the
absolutely.
wall.
In the wall. Are we going full Max Lewis? Yeah.
I think yeah, that'll Spinella. I think that's what we're gonna do.
Spinella.
Got it. I like it.
But yeah,
Yep.
See you later.
Right, see you in a bit of time.
Jesus.
I'm gonna have to let you do this part as my mouse and keyboard have decided to go fuck ups.
Nice. Right, we're going to quickly do this one. So it's going to be a quick 5-minute chat, which luckily for most of you guys, I'm going to say is a good thing because I'm hoping he's still in the chat. I don't know. Let me have a look. Because I realise that we are slightly behind time, but that's also because of technical issues. Okay, so nope, our person from Div 2 is now unavailable. So woo! Technical issues, broken things. Okay, so right. Div 2 happened. We had many drivers on the track going around Austria. That is what happened. People drove, people went quick, people went slow. Somebody finished, some others didn't. Okay, Div 2 has been summed up. Div 1 time.
Sorry.
No. No. So yeah, I think one of the things that happened this weekend is I believe that every single lobby had some sort of wet race at some point.
Yes. I
Um,
know Division 4 did. It was a wet to dry.
Div 3 definitely did. Div 1, I believe, had a wet something, whether it was qualifying or race, but they had wet. I think, yeah, so I know Div 2 did. They had a wet qualifying as well.
Yep.
And then Div 1 was exactly the same. But yeah, Div 2, and this is going to be a very quick, just if you are a previous Div 3 driver from last season, please make sure that you are sitting down when I'm about to utter these words. Sky the Senpai got pole position. Now, for most people, that might be absolutely nothing to you. But anyone in Div 3 last season will tell you that that man was absolutely hopeless at qualifying last season. Absolute psychosis. He was the worst qualifier, and he said it himself time after time. He basically relied on coming through the field to get results. But yeah, he got himself pole position. So yeah, I promise you, I'm not joking when I say this. That is what happened, and he did get pole position, which, yeah, I'm still struggling to actually fathom what happens there. But yeah, fair play to him. First time for everything, I suppose. And yeah, brilliant result for him. After, endless memery, to be honest, because we took the endless piss out of him last season for his qualifying levels, because he was not very good at it. Sorry, he was dreadful at it. But yeah, well done, Sky. It's about damn time that you started to turn up in qualifying, because it's only taken you, well, how long's this game been out? 9 months? And you've been hopeless for most of the qualifying time in that. So yeah, well done, good sir.
The rain bailed him out, as now also says. I seem to be
Nah, I disagree. I think the issue is yeah, the other guys need to get good by the sounds of it. So fair play to the lad. But yeah, I'll quickly go through the qualifying results, because we were meant to have a Div 2 driver, then another Div 2 driver, and neither of them are able to make it now. But obviously it's now past 8 o'clock as well, so we're just going to very quickly go through this division so we can get to Div 1 at least a little bit, because obviously there's a lot to do in Div 1 as well. But qualifying wise, as I mentioned, Sky, pole position, the fuck? Yeah, so that did happen. In the front row with him was Ulster Stig, there's a name I've not seen in a while, who was only half a tenth of a second behind. ARL Bob in third, Bulletwound in fourth, Jellyman Tim fifth. Sorry, let me just make sure I'm reading this right. Sorry, I'm just making sure I've got the right qualifier. Yeah, I am on the right tab. Okay.
Yeah,
So I
you
just
are,
all
you
these
are
names
on the
I
right
don't.
tab. Yeah.
I just all these names I don't expect to see up there normally, you know.
No.
So yeah, so I am on the right one. That's fine.
Yeah, you're not seeing
So yeah,
things.
so I am not seeing things. That is actually correct. Okay. Well, so yeah, this is so far actually accurate. Sander P6, Steve P7, Yadonchek's P8, Braincore P9. In 10th place, we had Hake Jiao. In P11 was Greeners. 12th was Sinful Chris. 13th, Eskimo. 14th was Chaz or De Echte
Yep, that
as it
one.
says. Leonardo was P15 and Richie M was at the back with the qualifying ban. Right, on to the main race. And I believe there was some technical issues because I've been reliably informed many times over the course of the weekend and since the weekend that the two McLaren lads both disconnected along with Leo because,
Oh.
yay. Yeah, because that's just what we need, isn't it? More McLaren problems this season.
Yeah, exactly. We've got the issues with the ERS shite. That
Yeah.
that 3 of you have had. Oh no, 2 of you had, but it's happened to the same person twice.
Correct.
And then disconnections there. So yeah, McLaren on a whole has just gone downhill.
The thing is, it was both McLarens as well, so it's not like it was even just like one of them. Both of them
Yeah.
disconnected at the same time and then couldn't get back in. So it's like, I think the season's cursed for Div 2, to be honest. But,
Yeah, I think it is.
we'll see.
Yeah. Before we just quickly jump on with the rest of that, I'm gonna go through the Division 3 drivers of the week, seeing as I missed that one out. Chetty and ain't
No,
it?
you can, no, you can
I'll
come back
jump
to
that
that.
because then I can jump
Yeah,
straight onto
yeah,
the Div 2
no,
ones.
no, because we're not finished Div 2 yet.
Ah, crap.
I haven't got to the race result yet. Yeah, I was literally halfway through talking about the race. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Not my fault. My fucking mouse decided to take a shit.
Honestly, like,
Fucking
you'd be a
hate
terrible
technical
jockster
issues.
because you've got no patience.
Yeah, I know I am.
But yes, right. So, so we had those two disconnect as well as Leo, who I believe also disconnected and couldn't get back in. Or no, sorry, Leo couldn't get in the first place. I believe. I think he did that one lap and then got disconnected, couldn't get back in the session at all. Which again, is really gutting for him, especially with how his season's going so far. I think that's a probably real blow for him.
Yeah.
But amazingly, Sky the Senpai, pole position. Victory. Can't argue with that. Absolutely brilliant drive by him.
I think someone did actually say Sky to win last week as well. I can't remember if they did.
I bet you Sky wasn't even thinking that when, qualifying happened.
No,
But yeah.
because Sky was just abusing himself, saying, I'm not going to do well. I do shit qualifying, and I don't finish well. So he's obviously shocked himself in that result as well.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I love it. Absolutely love the shithousery, to be honest. But yeah, it was ending up being a win for Sky. I know you have your like the driver of the week things, but I'll tell you now, my driver of the week, Sinful Chris, he went from P12 to P2, which is a brilliant drive, especially on that grid as well. And it's good to see Sinful Chris being Sinful Chris. Yeah, you know what I mean? It's like it fighting at the pointy end. Yes, he was 10 seconds behind Sky, but he's still, is back on the podium and it's a step forward, which ultimately is a great thing. It's what we want to see at the end of the day.
Well, he is on the list of drivers of the week, so you've got one right.
Good. Okay. So then P3 was Chaz, who I think is probably the other one, considering he was P14 to P3.
He was.
Yep. There you go. Yeah. And then you had Steve with a nosebleed.
I know.
Then
He says
Bob
that
in
me being in a
P5.
championship fight.
Yeah. I mean, he's got some, nonsense about him, doesn't he?
He does, because what he said to me the other week, because his wheel decided it was going to stop working at China, he spoke to me, he was like, Matty, I'm going to go back onto the pad, can I move back down to Division 4? I turned around with the response of, no, fuck off.
Agreed.
Rightly so. Steve, up yours. Carry on, sorry.
I totally agree. Completely agree with you.
Yeah, because he messaged me, he was like, well, my wheel's gone to shit. Matty, I'm going back to pad, I need to be back in Division 4. No. Not a chance.
No, you don't.
You're staying in Division 2 and you're going to like it.
Wow. Wow. Is that what we're doing now, yeah?
Yes.
Good. Good stuff. Right, yeah, so Bobbin P5, Eskimo P6, Bray P7. It was a P8 for Richie, P9 for Bullet Wound, and then Ulster Stig staying inside that top 10, which is good. 2 McLarens who disconnected in 11th and 12th, which I imagine is probably like not. Actually, sorry, I tell a lie because P13 was Leo. So those 3 have been classified, but not sure if they did enough of the race to be classified or not. But
Not
yeah.
too sure.
Yeah, exactly. We'll leave it as it is just now.
Yeah.
And then it was DNFs for Yadon Chex, Sandra, and Jellyman Timothy. Which, yeah, it's a shame to see because we like Jellyman on this chat, shall we say?
Yes.
But shit happens.
I'm gonna say, I think his
Right.
first race back, I think he put it back into the wall at Abu Dhabi.
Oh, God, yeah. I do remember that happening.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's Div 2. You obviously know about the drivers of the week for Div 2. So go on, give us our driver of the week for Div 3 again.
The Division 3 driver of the week was Chetty and Ancient Chap.
Ancient's a boring pick.
Yeah.
He's clearly been. It is clearly nonsense picking
yeah, I'm
him.
gonna say Leo's got some money into his bank account to say him.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Especially when you look at the
Some of the other
caliber of
wizards,
driver there
yeah.
wasn't. Yeah, exactly. I mean, you've got drivers like DG Titan, who was slightly further back. You've got guys like Slow Dog, who was again slightly further back.
Well, to be fair, he has kind of like last week. He's kind of gone because last week he had Red Bull heavy on the race driver of the week. This week he's got 3 Aston Martin drivers on there.
Yeah. I mean, Bonta should get it. Bonta went from P9 all the way up to P8. So, yeah.
Crap. Yeah, Bonta for my driver of the week. Right there.
Yeah, 100%. I don't know what he's thinking not giving him driver of the week. Can't get the staff these days, can you?
No.
But yeah, right. Let's move on to Div 1. I'm being wary of the time because it's sort of 10 past 8 already, and we've not even discussed Div 1 yet.
No.
Right. Let me just message see if we have got our guest here, because if he is about, then
I'm just gonna quick because we haven't done our predictions on there neither, and that I'm just gonna chuck 2
Go on
names
in.
out for the sprint. Do you know what? With Chris's result this week, I think he's going to take the sprint win, and I think Leo is going to take the main race.
Okay. I'm going to say be wary of the Hake disconnect. Sorry, the Hake finish.
To be fair, that is. Fair, he's going to want
Yeah.
a lot of revenge because he's not had a good few weeks, has he? So.
No, I think if he has no technical problems, Hake, for one of the races, I'm going to say that the other one will be none other than, you know what, I've gone for my obvious one because I think Hake is capable of winning races as low down as he is right now. If he races, you know what, let's go absolutely batshit crazy. Why not Lemon?
It's not a Wednesday night unless you go batshit crazy.
Yeah, let's go Lemon.
Oh.
Lemon and Hake as my 2 predictions for.
Nice.
Yes.
And I think
I'm sorry, Sandra. Nobody asked your opinion, so how about you? Silence. Thank you very much.
Sandra, get back in your corner.
Exactly.
We have been joined by the Division 1 guest.
Yes.
It's none other than the man who actually streamed this race for us, Chips and Gravy.
Hello.
Hello, Chips.
Hello.
How are we?
Hi, how's it going? How's it going?
Not too bad yourself.
Yeah, alright mate, just getting ready for work, so good times.
Yeah, good, brilliant timing then.
Oh, aye, absolutely.
How are you feeling being in the commentary booth?
Aye, it's back to where I used to be when I was back in the day with the co-coms with Starstow, and I think maybe yourself a little bit as well,
Yeah.
a couple of seasons ago. So aye, it's duck to water material. It's Just it's a break for the racing, and I
I was
quite
gonna
like
say
it.
you
So.
you wasn't really enjoying your racing, was you? So.
The luck I had to start a detours. I'm not doing this. Fuck this. So I was just like, you know what, just take a breather for it and then just do the comms. I think that's the best place for me.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, in that I did that not last season, season before. I did comms and really enjoyed it and stuff like that, and then I came back racing, so it was nice to take a season out and just see it from a different perspective.
Mm. I think maybe like as the update as the update looms, I maybe come back and get back into the racing again. But we'll need to see what happens.
Well, we all know the DLC is going to be absolutely dog shit, so.
Well, the game's dog shit now, so it's
Exactly.
The positive news is that, for half the race you'll be not on the accelerator anyway, so you'll be charging your engine, which is going to be, much better apparently.
Need to bring my portable charger, I think, to race next season.
Absolutely, yeah.
Your power bank and everything, right? Let's just stick that there.
Has anybody got a Samsung charger?
It'll help me with an extra 100 bhp, thank you very much.
Oh god.
So, talk us through Division 1, Chips. See, you're the man for this one.
Well, it was a bit. I'll start with the qualifying actually. The qualifying was, with how small this track is, it's an absolute nightmare to try and keep on top of everybody. As you know as well, the Div 1 drivers take very little time to get round here. The quickest being Krabs. He got pole position again. And surprisingly, it was not Harrison that was on the front row with him. It was actually Sportmad who put in a very last minute time, just only 1/10 behind Krabs. But the qualifying, dry qualifying, went in too quick, and I was quite surprised at some of the results.
I'm just looking
So
at the times now. They are fucking ridiculous times.
It's Krabs with the 103.7. That's unbelievable.
That's just next level. It's a case of what the fuck.
Do you think? See, like with even with like the times that I've got like, not presets, like they've actually got a set up car. They're not that far ahead either, which is
no, exactly.
Considering the difference between presets and full setups is mad.
Yeah, it's ridiculous on them times, and as you say, the setups. They're not going to be taking much more time out of it from that. It's unreal.
No. Ridiculous, but
I do not envy being in Division 1. I will never be that quick.
No, like even like the race times, like I think they could be like quali times in like Div 3, Div 4, which is just baffling, considering they've got full fuel and sitting on medium tyres, most of them. But
exactly. So
yeah.
rest through quality and everything, because I know there was a lot of stuff that happened quali-wise. Well, main race, but we'll get to that in a moment.
Yeah, well, through the qualifying, like, I think the biggest thing as well, like obviously with these times being that quick, is like how clean they kept it as well. A lot of guys, maybe like Light Shock and Gamerman Steph, they kind of had issues with track limits. I think JJ had a couple of issues with that as well, and they just didn't seem to get going in qualifying at all. But it was too quick to. I'm looking forward to Silverstone actually, maybe a slower lap and keep up with everybody. It was just too quick to keep up with.
You'll be able to You'll be able to enjoy it a little bit more.
Well, saying that, it's now that I've mentioned it, it's actually sprint weekend, so maybe no.
You just fucked yourself up there, Chips.
I'm suddenly busy Sunday night. Thanks for some plans.
No, you're not. You're not busy because you're going to be here doing commentary for Division 1 for us.
Well, that's it, yeah. At least it's the sprint, so it's 2 races to qualify. So the sprints, I'm personally not a fan of the sprint weekends, but I mean, it makes it good to watch. But I'm looking forward to it.
Yes,
and obviously with Silverstone being unpredictable with the weather as well in this game, so
no, exactly.
Might throw up a storm.
Let me just run down this qualifying results, and then we'll get into the main race, and we'll go through that one. As you say, Krabs takes top spot. Sportmad joining him on the front row in P2. Harrison P3. QuickDead P4. McJamie being P5. Twang Gallic P6. Gamerman Stefan P7. Lightshock P8. Jack Whittle P9. Deathlink rounding out the top 10. Kingspin in P11, Stone Shuffle P12, JJ in P13, Dixie in P14, Newton Killers 15th, and Sketchy in P16. Main race, enjoyable? Fuck ups?
Well, we didn't get going till like 9:45, which was
Oh shit,
yeah. So you maybe seen it on the stream earlier,
I have.
the restart. Yeah, so we had to do it twice
Oh, fuck.
for I know. So whatever happened the first time, I'm not too sure. But I did see everybody just murder each other at the top of the old turn one. So I was like, right, well,
Yeah, I did see
something's
that on
gone
the
down
stream.
here. Yeah.
I did spot that out on the stream, and when me and Tyler were on talking before, I just saw everybody parked back on the grid. Well, what the fuck's happened there?
Yeah, not a clue what happened. The second time we restart, I think there was maybe one or two disconnections. I think I seen Light Shock. I can't remember if that was the first or the second restart actually. With Light Shock, maybe jumping the start by about 30 seconds and then reversing onto the grid. Then it was a red flag. Then it was another restart.
Oh Christ's sake!
And then again, chaos ensued. Turn one. So, aye. But when we did eventually get going, it was just the crab show. And him and Harrison having an absolute ding dong this season. And it seems to be that Harrison's he's had competition in the past, but this just seems a bit different.
I was gonna say this seems to be next level.
Yeah, but aye, the race was dry to wet. When everybody came in for their intermediates, it seemed to be that Krabs just had the better of everybody again. It was a case of like when it was dry, it was him, Harrison, Quick Dead, Jamie B, the top four, pulling away for everybody else. But as soon as that rain hit, it just seems Krabs was still on dries and dry conditions, it seemed. That's how quick he was. And Harrison did seem to struggle a wee bit. He did do a two-stop though. He didn't think the Inters would have went to the end, but everybody else kind of gambled and it paid off for them.
Yeah, just saying that Harrison, the only one inside the top 10 to do the two-stop, is well.
I think he was actually one of the first guys to come in as well, if I remember correctly. He was the first one to come in, so maybe that extra lap or two on those Inters kind of cost him.
Yeah, I was gonna say, was it fully wet when well, was it just starting to get light rain and the track was just getting a little bit damp when he came in, or was it just still running dry?
Yeah, well, the rain seemed to like just come on quickly, then sit at that kind of intermediate stage for a little bit.
Yeah.
But maybe like 5 to 10 laps later, it was absolutely horrendous. Like we had the Light Shock, and I think who else? Stone Shuffle came in to try out the wets, and it didn't work out. As soon as they came out the pits, we were just losing time. So the wets proving again how hopeless they are in this game.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, and obviously with the DRS disabled in the wet conditions, it kind of nothing really much happened after the wet tyre stops. We had a bit of a battle in the midfield. We had the Newton Killer, Sketchy, Dixie, and Twang of Garlic having a right scrap, but nothing really. I think they kind of kept formation. I think the penalties kind of cost positions at the end.
Yeah.
That was
I'm gonna
that.
say that looking at it now, just say it's on stream at the moment, and there's only 4 drivers with penalties, and there's not really that many penalties there. Whereas compared to Division 4, shit ton.
Oh, I will. This track is absolutely ruthless with the penalties in it. It's probably the worst in the grid, the calendar.
Yeah, I'm not a real big fan of it, to be fair. I did not enjoy it. Let's just put it that
But I'm
way.
just looking at that stream. There's on lap 26 to 36, so there is plenty of penalties to come. And it was like I say, I think Kingspin maybe ran into plenty of penalties as well. I think he's due another 2.
Well,
track
you say that
limits.
Quick Dead's just popped up.
Was it they just pop?
Yeah, it's just popped up for Quick Dead, picking up a 3 seconds. So he's kind of having to push now to stay ahead of Gamer on Steph.
Yeah.
Which he did in the end. Just looking at the final results. So all in all, fun race for you to keep twiddly thumbs at the start.
Oh, I've definitely. The rain always kind of throws up kind of a good spectacle usually, but I mean it was just that midfield battle. The front 3 or 4 again, like I say, they pulled away in the dry conditions, and Krabs kind of just kept himself to himself at the front.
Yes. I'll quickly run that one down then. Krabs did take the win, as you say, 6 seconds ahead of Quick Dead, but that would run him down to penalties as well. Gaming Man Steph in P3, Harrison not on the podium this time round in P4, Sportmad P5, Newton Killers P6, Sketchy P7, so he's done quite well to get from the back to P7 as well. Dixie P8, Twang Garlic P9, JJ rounding out the top 10, and Jack Whittle, the last of the finishers, in P11. So Kingspin to Stone Shuffle, Light Shock, McJamie B, and Deathlink all DNF.
And that makes the championship. I'm just looking at the championship standings because I thought with Krabs winning it at the weekend there that would have put him at the top, but because Quick Dead finished second, that's put him at the top of the table for the time being, but not by much.
No, I'll go through that one quickly actually. Quick Dead does take top spot. Well, it looks like he kept it. He is top by 2 points. 2 points is only the gap between him and Krabs in P2. Harrison P3, only 4 points off Quick Dead. That's how tight that championship is between that top three. Sportmad P4, Gamer Man Steph P5, Light Shock P6, Newton Kills P7, McJamie B 8th, Sketchy 9th, Dixie 10th, and then you got Stone Shuffle, Mintoki, Liam Hammond, Twang Garlic, Kingspin, Sora, Deathlink, all fighting to try and take some points off these guys. That is mad to see how close it is for that top spot.
Yeah,
That is unreal.
we're that used to being the Div 1 title over by now, you know.
Yeah, exactly. But no,
But
it's very good to watch. Very good to keep an eye on.
It's been a good time to kind of get the comms on D1 because it's normally, like we said, it'd be kind of a runaway at this point, but it seems game on, definitely.
Oh, most definitely and everything. And I remember you moaning that you didn't want to do comms.
Oh no, it was more for Div 2 because obviously that was where I've came from, you know what I mean? But I'm happy enough with D1 now that it's turned out to be a more exciting. It's a more exciting season than I anticipated.
I knew we'd win you over one way or another.
Yes.
So Silverstone next week. Well, this Sunday, should I say? Sprint and main race. You hoping for another banger?
Yeah, it should be, and obviously with the conditions that this could potentially throw up, is just maybe the similar to Austria, that it's going to be quite interesting. It's a very different track to Austria, so we'll need to see how it goes. But obviously with the sprint, obviously more points up for grabs. But I think in terms of who could win it, I mean, Krabs, he's won, 5 races this season already.
Yeah.
Harrison yet to win.
Yeah.
Which is unbelievable. Who would have thought that last season?
No, exactly.
And I think maybe Krabs, with the way he drove in the wet conditions in Austria, probably hoping for a full weekend of rain. And I wouldn't put it past Silverstone, to be honest.
No, exactly.
So it'll be interesting to see.
Anything for Chips before we get on to the predictions?
Yeah, a couple of things for me. Just quickly regarding some comments that Davies made. Dry to Wet sounds like the world's worst Boys to Men tribute act. And the Crab Show sounds like a Saturday night in the middle of Glasgow.
Yeah.
Yeah, won't go into that too much.
Yeah, I've made too many Krabs analogies over the last couple of weekends to see me at the end of the season. When it started raining, when it started raining, I said in the stream, I was like, "Oh, Krabs has been like a crab to water," and I just kind of cringed as I said it.
I bet you were snapping to get that one out, weren't you?
Oh man! And then when he was, what race was it a couple of weeks ago? It might have been Japan. He was chasing somebody down, and he's like, "Oh, Harrison's catching crabs here, and it's getting it's getting really close to catching crabs." And, I don't think he wants to catch crabs. I don't think anybody's catching crabs at this moment in time anyway, but for more reasons than one. But
well, I suppose my big question is, I know obviously you mentioned the fact that you feel that it feels different this season compared to last season or compared to previous seasons, but do you think it's much different to last season when Harrison was under pressure from Kemba before he stopped racing?
Well, we knew Kemba wasn't turning up every weekend, and that's why we maybe knew that Harrison was going to run away with it.
Yeah,
we knew he wasn't going to race, so it was a case of like, well, how often can Kemba turn up and maybe mitigate the points gap before Harrison takes the title?
Yeah.
And I think it did. I think Harrison actually won it quite early on, did he not? Like, maybe 6 races to go, 5 races to go, something like that.
Yeah, that seems about right, because I think, Kemba obviously just stopped racing altogether at one point. So,
Mm.
so yeah, that does sound about right, to be fair.
I need to go back and check.
Yeah, and then obviously, second thing is, I know there's been comments that are flying around from Harrison's camp and other camps as well in terms of feel the pressure. Or not feeling the pressure, but like sort of there's been complaints about this, that, and everything else. Do you think that it's starting to get to him a little bit, the fact that he's not able to, like, he's not won a race yet this season? Do you think that's maybe getting to him a little bit this season?
No, I don't think so. He's still getting solid results on the board, and he's still well within the mix. He's only, like we said earlier, there's only 4 points off the top. So, I mean, he wins a race this weekend, and he's back in the top. So, but the comments that I've seen, I'm not going into too much detail, but I'm not seeing too much of what's being complained about personally. If somebody can present me evidence of that, then by all means, I'd love to be proven wrong. But I just can't see it.
Yeah, I think me and you are going to be in the exact same camp when it comes to that, because I am in agreement with that. I think I'm struggling to see. I understand the there's always going to be complaints, especially from a serial winner like Harrison. But I completely agree with you. I don't see myself
Yeah. I mean, he's a
there's no-
competitive guy. Right? Everybody in Division 1 is a competitive driver, you know what I mean? So it's I don't see anything there yet. But like I said before, if anybody can present me something that might change my mind, then by all means, feel free to message me on Discord.
One thing I can say is I spoke to one of the Div 1 drivers about said comments, just as a general conversation, because I do speak to guys in general, and he did say that he's very much enjoying the fact that he's having to really fight like an absolute demon to get anything this season, because of the fact of how hard Harrison and Krabs and sort of the whole group, obviously it's Quick that I spoke to, but like they're all they're enjoying the fight this season because of the fact it's so much harder.
Yeah.
And the battle is so tight. I think there's definitely good enjoyment there, which is always what you want to hear at the end of the day, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. It's just a shame that, say, the likes of Kemba isn't there this season, because I think that would have just added to how tight it would have been. And that Mintoki, who looked quite quick in kind of pre-season as well, not really turning up. I thought that would have made Division 1 a bit tighter, but it's fine as well. We always want more cars closer together, but the top 3 is looking like it's not going to change anytime soon.
I will say I have got my my sort of, I'm talking in somebody's ear about potentially trying to race this weekend, who will be right at the top end if they do race. But
oh, you need to tell me who.
No, we don't.
I'll tell you off stream.
All right, perfect. I'll give a message.
Surprise, but I'm trying to convince them at this moment in time it's a 50-50. But if they do, then I know for a fact they'll be right in the middle of that fight, which will be fun to see. So,
well, just the way you're talking there, I've got a feeling I know who it is.
Yeah, you probably do, but we'll see what happens. But yeah, at this moment in time, I'm not going to mention publicly who it is in case they decide not to do it. Which I'm not putting any pressure on said person. But yeah, I think it could be great fun if they did race. I'm just
I think
hinting that out there once again. But yes, I think last thing we need to do just now though is predictions. So
well, there is also the drivers of the week, which I'll just quickly do. Newton.
You and your driver of the week.
Oh, bollocks, yeah. You did it the first week you were here, so we'll do it again. Newton for the Aston Martin in Division 1, and as I said, the second for the Aston Martin from Division 1, Sketchy.
I mean, come on.
Sketchy from last to P7. I can't disagree with that.
Nah, too fair. Give him credit where credit's due.
Yeah.
He's earned that.
Yeah.
To be fair, though, there was a couple of incidents when we eventually did get racing where a couple of guys fell down the grid, like Stone Shuffle. I think JJ maybe had that coming together. And then
Stone.
Sorry?
Did Stone Shuffle fall like a stone?
He did fall like a stone. He was like 20 seconds, 30 seconds back at the end of the first lap. It's there thereabouts.
Oh jeez.
And then I think there's a couple of guys maybe cocked up their strategy with coming in with the wet tyres, and that's maybe that DNF'd them. We had a few folk maybe sliding off. I think Kingspin had an incident. I think Deathlink had a spin
Incident.
coming at the final corner as well. So
Brilliant.
Kingspin spun,
He's
I think.
Kingspan.
Kingspan.
Kingspan. Well, let's quickly get to the predictions out of the way. Sprint and main race, please, Chips.
Did you have to ask? Did you really have to ask?
Yeah, you're the commentator, so we're going by your word.
I think with Krabs winning so many races, I think it's a no-brainer to pick him. But like that is very boring, so I'm going to pick Harrison to win both of them.
Oh. See, I predicted Harrison to win Austria. That shit out of luck.
Well, yeah, that ended well.
Yeah, exactly. So you're saying Harrison for sprint and main race. Taz?
Come back to me.
Yeah, okay. I knew
No,
that
you're not
was,
allowed time.
I had fucking knew that was coming.
He's at it. Him.
He's a nightmare, isn't he?
We're not coming back to you. You're on the stage right now. But I think
to be fair, it's tough.
Yeah.
It's tough to choose because you say Krabs, he's on fire at the moment, and we've said week in week out, Harrison.
Crab's on fire. Put him in the water.
Harrison, he's desperate for that win,
Mm.
and I think he's been predicted 3 or else 4 times this season, and he's unfortunately lost it. He hasn't got it, so I'm not gonna back it this week. I want to give him I'm going to give him a little bit of hope.
The thing is, though, I know Harrison's pretty... Well, I know they're all quick, but I think Harrison's just got an extra edge at Silverstone. I know he likes that circuit, so...
Yeah, he does, to be fair. But for me, I'm going to say Krabs sprint, and I'm going to chuck Gamer and Steph out for the main race.
Yeah,
Yep.
Gamerman Steph, I mean, he's been good the last couple of weekends as well. He's kind of kept himself a wee bit kind of consistent.
Steph was one of the names I had. I wasn't, not predicting because I was waiting on you to predict. I was like saying to you because I was speaking to somebody. But
Oh, my fault.
Yes.
That's
Mr.
okay. That's our fault.
No, not at all. Not at all. I was simply having a conversation, and then you're like, yeah.
Well,
like
I didn't expect Chips to turn around and say Harrison for both. I was expecting a full detail of both.
What a shit prediction that is, by the way.
Ram it. I mean, I'm just putting my cards on the table. You know what I mean? I don't know. I think obviously with how desperate he is to get a win, I think a sprint's a good place to do it. Then he can maybe kick on in the race. I feel like that's. I don't know. I just feel like this is going to be his weekend for him. Obviously, he knows that track really well, and aye, I think he's going to do well.
Okay.
And if he wins both, I'm going to just. If he wins both, I'm just going to message you like, ha 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 ha.
No, he's gonna come onto the show next week and absolutely brag like fuck about it.
Oh yeah, well, I'll be working next week, but I'll make sure to take my break about 8 o'clock and just start laughing down the Discord. Prove you wrong.
You're more than welcome to do so. And to be honest with you, it'll be quite fun because you might actually find somebody who gives a shit, because I certainly don't.
I'm going to say Barnes will be back next week. He might give a shit.
Yeah.
Oh, well, maybe I'll change it. I'm definitely working next week then. Sorry, Barnes.
Yeah, I don't blame you for that. I wouldn't want to be here either. So, right. So I think I'm also going to say Steph for one of the races. I'm going to say him for the sprint race. I think I'm going to back Quickdid to keep his run up because he's on one at the moment. I think what was it? It was P2 this weekend. He had penalties as well, which obviously didn't help. But I think Quickdid's in that mood right now, and I think while he's in that mood, he's always a threat. So I'm going to back Quickdid for the win for the main race this weekend.
I'm going to say from the ASR from last season, he's just been non-stop. He's been relentless of where he's been finishing and stuff like that. So he's taken on that ASR win from last season and just moved on up and just involved himself. He wants that title.
Oh, yeah, absolutely wants the title, and I think that's good for the league though, because
It is.
he's been in the fight before and maybe not quite been just done enough to win, but
Yeah.
he's been in winning races and that. So maybe this is his year. We hope,
Yeah,
but
maybe.
we say this every year, and then
He's got tough
Harrison
competition
does
at the
what
moment.
Harrison does. Oh, of course, Krabs and Harrison are absolutely no mugs. So
No, exactly.
under no circumstance can you rule these guys out. But
No, exactly.
at the same time, you've got to also back quick to an extent. He's not there for fun of it. He is there to win a championship, and yeah. At this moment in time, he looks like he's in the right frame of mind anyway. Right, let's very quickly just run over the overall, because it is now coming up for 9:15, and I want to get the show off so I can go get my food. Yes, I am hungry, and no, I don't care if people are going to complain about that.
I'm going to back out, guys, because I have to leave for work. So thanks for having me. I'll need to hop out.
Catch you in a bit,
No
Chips.
worries,
Thank you
thanks
for
very much for
joining.
joining.
Right, take care, boys. Bye bye.
Catch you in a bit, Chips.
Right, see you in a bit, bye. Right, very quickly. Yes, right, so overall, I'm just going to quickly run down the numbers.
Yeah.
So it is currently Red Bull in the lead, 84 points ahead of the Ferrari team, who are 73 points ahead of Williams, 157 between them and Red Bull. 26 points between Williams and Aston Martin in P4. P5, we have Mercedes, who are an extra 44 points behind Aston Martin. 9 points behind them is the Haas team in P6. P7 is McLaren, who are 38 points behind Haas. And keeping everybody strong at the moment is the RB team, who are 43 points behind McLaren. Two free agent teams, 99 and 97 points.
Hey, close between the free agent teams.
Yeah, very much so. A little bit spread at the moment, but you know what? Weekends like this can change everything. So,
Oh, most
I
definitely.
don't know what happened. But yeah, I think we should probably call it there, because if we don't, we'll be here for another half hour talking.
Yep.
We probably need to just get a second show and go and just do one for F1 itself,
Might as well take over the real life F1.
Exactly. But yeah, I think anything else from yourself?
No, nothing from me. All
Good.
I've got to say is thank you for joining me for tonight, Taz, seeing as Barnes just decided to say fuck us all and leave us.
I'm busy. I'm busy doing other things. Yeah. And it's in a strong Essex accent as well, Excuse me. No, thank you. I'm busy tonight. Okay, sorry. Yeah, he's gonna abuse me. I don't care. Sorry, face bothered. I'm not bothered. No, I'm not bothered. It's okay.
No,
It's okay. I
exactly.
can't be tonight. I'm busy. I'm busy. I'm going to see my friends. That's actually how he said it to us as well, by the way. Just to let you all know, he is.
Yeah.
He went full on Camp Essex.
Yes, he
Okay,
certainly
sorry.
did. But no,
Sorry, people. Can't make it this week.
as Taz has said, we are gonna wrap it up there. It's been a long night and it's been a long week. So make sure to all tune in this Sunday night. As I say, we are at Silverstone sprint race and main race. Multi streams going on. So if you want to catch them, then tune into those drivers. And then Division 1 have their own one, which will be run by Chips and Davey. Thank you again to all the people that followed and the prime sub from Tyler James. Tazo, thank you for tonight. Thank you for joining me. Absolute pleasure as always. I've been F1XL Norris. That has been Mr. Tazo. Tazo, any final words to kick off end the show?
Peace and chicken grease.
Good night and peace.